It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Toronto Raptors. For Toronto, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Golden State does so many things well. Obviously, the offensive side of the ball, they're tremendous. But a lot of folks, Kenny, don't realize how good they are defensively, and statistically, they were the best in the league last year.
You know, Ernie, when you have multiple players on the all-defensive team, you have
City Place, a gigantic new residential development here in Toronto, walking distance from both the sporting arenas. We'll be bringing you an interconference matchup in this one as the Warriors take to the road. 2K Sports brings you Friday night NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. So Golden State will get the first possession. Now Golden State's starting five. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. Thompson is the 2 with Barnes at the 3, and it's Curry in at the point guard position. We all know about the Splash Brothers, but it seems everyone on Golden State now can hit a 3. They set a franchise record and made threes last year at 883 triples.
Incredible. Wow. I mean, they can stretch you out as well as anyone, and it's why they are so good going small. I mean, they did lead the league in three-point percentage last year, making almost 40% of those threes.
Down low, here's DeRozan, and Thompson sends it back, and that one's good.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Pass to Curry. From outside the arc, another 3 for Golden State.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And Carroll gets it to go.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Clark, one thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
And here's Lowry. After the three-pointer from Klay Thompson, he got right to the cup using that screen.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
There's 49 seconds left in the first quarter. Another 3 for Golden State.
And talking about Lowry, going to Toronto was a godsend for him. I mean, he had clashed with a number of coaches early in his career. His hard-headedness had been working against him. But in Toronto, he learned how to buy into a system and save the wrath for his opponent.
Here's Thompson after the made shot. Look out! And then you throw up stuff like that, and you go, oh my, how does it even go in? He pulls a Houdini.
Oh, goodness.
Lowry kicks to Scola. Soft touch off the glass. Scola's got his first bucket of the night.
That's exactly why you don't leave your feet until the shooter elevates. He went for that pump fake, hook, line, and sinker.
Thompson for the triple. No good. On that last second attempt. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And from what we've seen so far from the Warriors, how would you grade them?
I tell you what, the scoring has come in threes for the most part here so far.
Every time down the floor, it seems they're knocking down the triple.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Livingston and Thompson are the guards. And it's Spates in at the center position.
Well, you know, last season Steve Kerr came into a good situation, but a touch awkward. The team wasn't 100% on board with the firing of the previous coach, but he won them over in a hurry.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback.
Yeah, and if you look at it, had they been converting those second chances all along instead of waiting until now, who knows?
Greg, Steve Kerr did win over the locker room in a hurry last season. They had finished a successful run under Mark Jackson. Winning accelerates everything. They certainly bought into it.
They really did. And people don't often appreciate how difficult it is to come into a situation where expectations are that high. But he also went out of his way to empower his players and really give them some accountability. Didn't try to hide anyone on defense and played to the strengths of his team on the offensive end.
1:43 left in the second quarter. The shot no good. Great D that time from Green. Iguodala no good. Raptors trail by 13. Feeds it to Ross. From 11 feet away, it's rebounded by Golden State. And here's the break. Thompson from beyond the arc and then some. Thompson's got 6 in the quarter.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
On offense, here are the Warriors. They've got a 12-2 run in progress. And he gets it to go. Livingston's got 6.
And how about the last 5 made shots have all been threes? The defense is just giving up a barrage.
Most teams get the message to cover shooters after 1 or 2 wide open looks at the three-point shot, but it seems like they have just not figured it out.
Some changes for Toronto. Jonas Valanciunas comes in for Biyombo, and it's DeRozan in for James Johnson. Different look here for the Warriors. Festus Ezeli, he's checked in for Spates. Barnes comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Thompson. And Steph Curry subbed in for Sean Livingston.
Just not happy with how his team is playing, and they just have been on the wrong side of this run.
Yeah, and you know what, Greg? Sometimes just a pause in the action, which is what a timeout can give you, is enough to change things around.
Some changes for Toronto. Luis Scola, he's checked in for Patterson. Damari Carroll comes in for Terrence Ross. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Joseph. And the Warriors also making a change. Bogut's checked in. Here's Golden State now. They're on an 18-4 run. Outside Curry. Fires the 3. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a humongous shot to cap their run going into the break. They finished off that half on a roll.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. The Warriors on top.
I'm alongside.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Kenny Smith, and Klay Thompson brought his A game early tonight. He tallied 6 3-point shots and made the opposing D have to constantly keep track of it. And that's going to do it for now as the second half is almost ready to get started. Back to Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K Sports crew. We're going to sit right here and wait for the end of the game and talk at you again.
We're getting back to the action now. It's been a one-team show so far. We'll see if that changes here in the third. Sensational.
You just love it when the decision-making is as good as it was there in that first half. Didn't force anything.
Guys, I think here in the second half, though, they may want him to be a little more assertive. start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Here's Lowry.
Well, you know, you look at the Raptors, and they improved in a number of ways last season, but their bench play was one of their bigger improvements. I mean, they had one of the weaker benches in the league in 2014, but they flipped that around last year.
Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Jonas Valanciunas is out there with Scola, and it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
And they may have found the Achilles heel of this defense. That was their 9th straight point from beyond the arc.
Greg, one thing about the Raptors last year, they made the moves they needed to in order to be sure to fix their bench, strengthen their bench. It showed on paper and in person.
Yeah, credit their front office. In 2014, they had a bottom 5 bench in terms of scoring. Last season, they flipped that, became a top 5 bench in terms of that scoring, and even had the 6th man of the year leading the way.
Lou Williams. DeRozan. No good. And Golden State will come the other way. Here's Bogut. Drills it from outside. Bogut's got 6 points.
You know, what an advantage he brings to this offense, guys. I mean, being able to drain the 3 ball, that really can spread a defense and extend the defense as well.
Thompson dishes to Bogut. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. And it's 8 points for Bogut.
Great shot. Had to fade back, but he still managed to drain it.
Lowry kicks to DeRozan. Back to Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. The wide open look here for DeRozan. Good on the 3-point shot. 9 points in the game so far.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. They spread the floor and isolate up top.
First time out here.
Spacing.
And for Kyle Lowry, last season was full of milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Patterson, he's checked in for Scola. And Terrence Ross is subbed in for DeMarre Carroll. Kicks to Ross. Over to the wing. Lowry from outside. It's rebounded by Golden State. And on the topic of Lowry, he became only the 3rd Toronto Raptor ever, Clark, to be voted into the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, Bosh and Vinsanity, the other 2. Lowry also participated in the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. Man, he's been outstanding as a point guard.
And a tenacious leader for the Raptors.
Yeah.
And Lowry gets double-teamed. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's DeRozan missing. Outside Curry. A 3 ball. Another 3 for Golden State.
Add another triple to their second half total.
They came out of the break just dropping bombs and just are not letting up at all.
And as we conclude the 3rd quarter, pretty much a blowout. And we're rolling here again with the 4th quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. On the court for Golden State here in the 4th. They've got Iguodala. Livingston is out there with Barbosa. Then there's Festus Ezeli. And it's Spates in at the 4-man position. Barbosa gets the bucket.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
And, Greg, it's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Another 3 for Golden State.
They just continue to splash home those threes. Eliminating the deep shot has to become priority number 1 for this defense.
Absolutely. You cannot allow a team to have that kind of a rhythm from beyond.
Count the bucket.
What a final quarter these guys are having from downtown, just burying the threes in bunches.
And they might as well keep going back to the well. No reason not to. I mean, work that perimeter. It's going good for you. Work it until it stops.
Here's Joseph, and the rejection by Ezeli. Lets the 3 fly. Leandro Barbosa again from deep. Barbosa's got 9 points here in the second half. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their defense has been outstanding, closing out on shots and blocking a few as well.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnovers.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
You're right, Steve. It was a standout performance across the board. They were just, at times, Clark, it seemed toying with.
Yeah, like watching a cat play with a mouse, Kevin, quite honestly. They were able to do more or less, whatever they wanted to do.
And you have to look back at this and see the huge game it was for Thompson. He was everywhere, defensively, offensively. The effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for one. Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. And, guys, we saw a nice development for James Johnson last year. He was 59% from the floor. Closest he had ever come to that in his 6 years was 46%. What a dramatic Clark improvement there.
Yeah, and I think it was all due to shot selection. He dialed back on the number of threes that he was taking the year before, and his percentage went up.
Livingston, that's good. And Toronto has possession. Wright, the pass to Johnson. Takes the 13-footer, and Barbosa pulls it down. And it's the Warriors' ball. It's rush outside. Another three for Golden State.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
Here is Livingston. From deep. Yep, it's good.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.